So for us teens, we're not mentally a man until we're 15, 25 years old. Go to the gym. I understand it's hard, I understand it's terrible, but listen closely. Don't go for the girls. Go for yourself. Don't go to make other dudes jealous and be like, here, I look more jacked than this dude. Now I can pull this girl. Don't worry about the girl. Don't even worry about trying to be better than a guy. Don't compete against another guy. Compete against yourself. Do better in yourself. Compete against yourself. Welcome to the Brennan Brown's Because of Facts and Theories podcast show. I'm your host, Brennan Brown, and today we're going to be talking about how to improve as a young man. The first way on how to improve as a young man is you got to go through the pain. The results will come when you put in the hard work, or whatever you do, just make sure that you go through the process, because the process will harden you as a young man. Stop focusing on the other stuff and focus on yourself. Don't focus on what this is, what that is, what this is, what that is. Oh, how can I get to this? Worry about you. Worry about starting small, so that because when you start small, you can eventually improve, which is showing that you went through the process and the progress to what you're doing in whatever it is, rather if it's exercising, your purpose, whatever. For example, I actually started doing exercising around the late 2020, around the pandemic. I didn't figure out a schedule until 2021, I guess. Figure out a schedule, 3 days a week. It hurt like heck to keep doing those exercises. Eventually, as I improve, it didn't hurt that much. You wanna know why? Because my muscles get used to it. My muscles are understanding now that it's getting used to it. And really, in a way, when you start off, it is going to start hurting when you exercise. And as you build up, it will feel better. But also remember, it will get harder, because the more it hurts, that means it's actually working. A bit confusing there, but just know that you got to go through pain in every journey you're doing, rather for self-development, your relationships, plans, however. Next one is always take care of your hygiene. So come on, guys, look nasty. Oh, it's a guy thing. Of course it's a guy thing not to be stink after 2 to 3 days. Of course it's a guy thing that our body doesn't get stinky after 1 day. That doesn't mean crap. Oh, well, I don't need to wash off. That makes me feel more feminine because I'm trying to take care of myself. No, you're not. You need to smell good. You need to look good, because it brings you confidence. Haven't you ever heard that success breeds confidence? That's what you can do when you have a good hygiene as a young man. And it's really good that you're starting at a young age to do this, because you can grow and develop consistency and hard work with grit to be ready, because when you get older, you'll know how to dress when it comes to certain events, like maybe a job interview, maybe if you're a CEO of your business, maybe interviews, rather if you're interviewing on a show or someone's interviewing you, however type of interview it is, outside the job range. Conferences, certain conferences you gotta go to, church, etc. The next one is connect with more women. I understand that some of us guys as teens, we can be a little bit afraid to connect with other girls in school or outside of school, but don't worry. Don't cry on your mistakes. Don't feel bad if you got rejected or anything, because that's supposed to help you to do better in your journey. You gotta do better. How else are you gonna grow? Like I said, you gotta grow through pain. You gotta grow through the hard work. Everything I just recently said adds up to what's going on now. I've been rejected a few times, during late elementary school and around middle school from 6th to 8th grade. I know how rejection feels. I've never been in a relationship personally, but I've been rejected, so I know how it feels. And as of high school, I've been virtual for 2 years. And now this upcoming school year of late 2022 to early 2023 season, I'm going to be a junior this upcoming year. So am I scared? No. I practice. Just like how you can practice, you can do better. When I was in 8th grade, that was the year where I wanted to speak to more girls so I can get more experience on how to speak to females, not just because I want to know how to date them, but also just to know how it is to talk to a woman, how it is to learn from a woman and know a woman, so that in the real world or outside of school, I can know how to talk to, so I don't have to be afraid to talk to girls. Because of course it's easy to talk to another male. We can be like, yo, what's up, bro? What's up, man? But it's difficult to talk to a girl, because we're always like, You can't be that way. You can't be that way when it comes to women. You gotta realize that the same way how you talk to a guy, you can talk to a woman the same way as well. It's just that certain topics we can't talk about because, of course, women are different and us guys are different. You gotta have that balance. That's all I gotta tell you. I know we get a little nervous, but just don't feel bad. Wear nice outfits, especially black, like what I got on right now. Black gives you confidence, it gives you determination, it gives you the ability to be cool, Mr. Cool. But seriously, black really does help out because you gain confidence from it. Blue and black, those colors, if you wear those colors as a shirt, pants, whatever, it naturally means in our brain, because it's a scientific thing, it actually naturally means that we're more trustworthy. So wearing blue or black means that you're more trustworthy to get that girlfriend. You're more trustworthy to be worth getting hired at a job, or you're more trustworthy as a CEO or a YouTuber or a business owner or whatever to collab with this other person. Blue and black are great colors for confidence and trustworthiness. Now, I'm not saying that they're magically going to do things, because everybody has their own mind. Just like in the Bible, let a man be persuaded by his own mind. So you gotta just put God first. Don't put that blue or black shirt first and think, oh, I'm gonna do well. No, you're not gonna do well. God is our main source for you to do well in whatever it is. An outfit does not determine you. And that's if you're faith-based, if you believe in God. But people who know what I'm talking about, you know. Put God first. And the next one I want you to know is I want you to think you've won. Meaning, have that confidence, have that mindset to already know in advance, I got this. I'm not saying that you have to think that. I'm not saying that that's going to happen for you. I'm just saying that you should have the mindset to already think that. Don't feel like, oh, I'm not worthy of this. I can't do this. Have that mindset as a man, as a young man, as a teen to know, I can do this. I can go up to this girl, get this number, date her. I can start this YouTube channel, make profit out of it, make a business out of it. I can make a good grade in school, do well, grow at what I do, and develop on that schoolwork so I can be ready for the exam. You gotta think you've won. Because if you think you won, you already got it. As a young man, we have to think that. We're teens. We're almost men. If you're 14, you got 4 more years to be a man. If you're 15, you got 3 more years to be a man. If you're 16, you got 2 more years. If you're 17, you got 1 more year. 18, you're already a man. Legally. You're not really officially a man until you're 20, because really, age, it's still got teen, 18, 19. You're still a teen, but legally, you're an adult. And then, in fact, actually, mentally, you're not really a man until 25. So for us teens, we're not mentally a man until we're 25 years old. The next one is go to the gym. I understand it's hard. I understand it's terrible, but listen closely. Don't go for the girls. Go for yourself. Don't go to make other dudes jealous and be like, here, I look more attractive than this dude. Now I can pull this girl. Don't worry about the girl. Don't even worry about trying to be better than a guy. Don't compete against another guy. Compete against yourself. Do better in yourself. Compete against yourself. And when I mean yourself, I mean you. And when I mean myself, for me, speaking of yourself, I'm pointing to myself through this camera. Me as well got to continue to compete against myself. We're human. We make mistakes. Sometimes we may compete ourselves against other people, but it's okay. As long as we know that it's our lives and we got to make our own decisions, who cares what people think? It's us. It's only us. And mainly, speaking to you individually, it's only you, really. It's only you. But for us collectively as young men, we have to compete against ourselves individually. We have to. Next one is stay ambitious. This is my favorite one. Stay ambitious, because if you have this passion for whatever you have, you got to stick to it. For example, I'll just say this. I started a podcast. My podcast was multi-interest. It was basketball, civil rights, everything. I made a lot of things about that podcast, especially what happened, especially with George Floyd and all that things. And I was just speaking about how wrong that was. He was killed and everything. But I don't get too political over here. I had a lot of interests that I spoke in my podcast. But eventually, around 2021, I started doing self-improvement content. And ever since then, I dialed into that one niche. And I'm still doing it now. I'm not telling you to do the same thing I do, because what may work for me may not work for you. But try out a bunch of different things. See what you can really dial in. If you can't find what you really like and you can't dial into it, that's fine. It's okay. Just make sure that you're passionate about what you love doing, because there's a lot of successful things that has multi-interests in them or multi-passions in. There's a lot of things. I can't really name them by name or really think of the one by my mind, but I believe there is one I know, brand or product, something that has a multi-passionate interest thing. But good examples for people who are really trying to dial into one passion is, for example, if you have multi-interests that you are in and you're trying to dial in sports, for example, which sport do you like? Football, baseball, basketball, which one do you like out of the most of them, to figure out what you truly want to make a career out of? Or for example, joining clubs like robotic club, minority clubs if you're Asian, Black, or Hispanic, go join that minority club. Maybe a beta club for like smart people or people who want to help the community. If you love helping the community, that might can help you in your career. If you want to be an activist for your minority by joining a minority club, that can help you be an activist in the future. But overall, whatever you like, these are just great advice, but overall you have to have the passion to pursue what God has for you if you're faith-based. The final one is be yourself. God made you to be you. So don't ever complain to fit in or be with the crowd or to prove who you are. Just be you. That's already proven who you are. Sometimes silence is what I learned will always help out. Sometimes you may have to talk back and explain to that person who's being evil to you what's going on. But just have compassion.